Hey everybody, I hope everyone's doing well and had a good day. This video will not be the usual review or recap of the E-mini. I don't have time for a full review, but instead I wanted to do something. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about the Level 2 study. This is something I learned from Systems Academy. So a Level 1 study is taking a first principle of price action, and I wouldn't point anyone in any direction other than breakouts. I would start with breakouts. It's one of the most fundamental things in price action trading. It's really important to understand breakouts. And that's what a level 2 study is for. It's really to go deep with your level 1 idea. So take a concept like breakouts, and you can do this in several different ways. I mean, there's, countless possibilities. So, as many of you probably know, I'm focusing on 3-bar microchannel signals. And when I'm done with that, first of all, the plan is to completely work the 3-bar microchannel signal, but I will finish it eventually. And when I do, I'm going to do another level 2 study on breakouts and just 1-bar breakouts. But I just want to make it more clear because I feel like I mention level 2 study kind of frequently, and I know it's not entirely clear what that really means. And so what I would say is I would open an Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet, however you can get a spreadsheet. I would start a new spreadsheet and basically come up with a plan for what it is you're going to study. So if you're going to do what I'm doing, which is totally fine, you have permission to copy me, you have permission to copy Al Brooks, Ali. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do something totally unique that no one's ever thought of. Just keep it simple. Do breakouts, breakout follow through, 3-bar microchannel. Whatever it is, try to stick with that one idea. Go to your spreadsheet and write down your objectives. What are your goals? So for me, if I'm doing a 3-bar microchannel, my objective or my goals are something like this. When there's a 3-bar microchannel, what's the probability of a second leg in the direction of the signal? What's the depth and the duration of the pullback? What's the opportunity? What's the frequency of the setup? How many signals do I get in a day? And the level 2 study is a market behavior research study. So it's less about building a system. It's more about understanding the behavior of the market after certain things happen. And to get you started in the right direction, I would say you're going to need probably at least a good 20 columns of data for things like the very bare minimum basic things. You need the date, so you need the month, the day, the year. You need the signal bar. So it might be good to track the time as well. So for me, my first signal today was bar 5. And if I was tracking this in Excel, it would be 3:27:25 at 9:55. Bar 5 is the signal bar. And then you might want to track the breakout direction. So the signal is up, and what's the microchannel size? Measure from the low of bar 3 to the high of bar 5. What's 1R? I use the low of the bar to the close of the 3rd bar for my 1R plus 3 cents. Or if you're using the E-mini or the micro E-mini or futures, you might just use 1 tick. And maybe you jot down what's the 10+2 score using the 10+2 strength factors for the breakouts. What does this one score on the 10+2? And then I think it's really important to just be curious. The whole point is to be curious. You want to approach this as like a scientist would approach researching something. You have a hypothesis. And, one hypothesis might be that 3-bar microchannels get pullbacks and then second legs. And your null hypothesis should be taking the devil's advocate, if I remember correctly. I should really double check that. But I'm pretty sure the null hypothesis is the probability that a 3-bar microchannel gets a second leg in the direction of the breakout is no better than chance. So you're saying there's a 50-50, it's no better than luck or coin flip. And the alternative hypothesis, what you're trying to prove through your level 2 study, is that no, it's not just chance that a 3-bar microchannel gets a second leg. It's actually X%, and it depends on context too, right? Like maybe you consider 17, 18, 19 to be a 3-bar microchannel, but it's a late leg. We had this sell-off yesterday, so maybe we're testing resistance. Maybe the context isn't great. But when we have a channel and then a bear breakout crossing the moving average, maybe this 3-bar microchannel has a higher probability based on the context alone. So you want to track things like what's the day type, you certainly want to track context. Is it a trend or is it a trading range? If it's a trend, is it a breakout? Is it a channel? Is the channel tight? Is it broad? If it's a trading range, is it tight? Is it broad? Are you in the upper third, lower third, middle third? And once you gather all this data, you can then start to filter and say, hey, wait a minute. Every time we get a 3-bar microchannel in leg 1, say it's a bull microchannel at the bottom of a trading range, it gets a second leg maybe 70% of the time. And that is statistically different. I mean, that's way different than 50%, right? And if you can structure a trade where you get at least 1 times your risk at 70%, then you have a positive trader's equation. You might have a system. But you need the level 2 data to figure all that out. So I wanted to be more clear about what a level 2 study is sort of all about. Other things you might want to track, maybe the pullback depth. I think I mentioned that one. And it gets into sort of, let me back up. When you start the level 2, I said you might need a good 20 columns of data. That's certainly true. And that's a good starting point. You need to start somewhere. But by the end of it, you're going to find, hey, wait a minute. There's some nitty-gritty nuances and details here. For example, let me see if I can find a few examples of what I want to talk about. So here's an example. And for the example's sake, let's just say bars 4, 5, 6 here on the left side of the screen. Let's say that's the signal. It's a 3-bar microchannel. What happened on the next bar? Bar 7 pulled back above bar 6. So to me, that's an immediate pullback. So the market, right after the signal bar, pulled back. As opposed to 21, 22, 23. 23 is the signal bar. 24 got immediate follow-through. So we have an immediate pullback, immediate follow-through. And then there are things like pauses. What's the difference between immediate pullback and a pause, immediate follow-through? These are all things you have to really do and discover through struggle and just doing it, doing the level 2 study and thinking and getting stuck, having to restart over and over. That's another thing. I can't tell you how many times I've restarted a column. Even the entire level 2 spreadsheet I've restarted a couple times. And that's just part of it. And Ali talks about that, and he says you're going to have to restart and go back to the beginning over and over. But that's how you learn, and that's how things become more clear. Also, good to know when it comes to the second leg. Let me see if I can find good examples of what I want to share. Actually, maybe today was a good day. for at least one example. Yeah, this will do for one of them. 43 through 45, 3-bar microchannel, that's a signal. 46, what is bar 46? Is it immediate follow through? Is it a pause? For me, I know it's not an immediate pullback because there's no spike break. We did not fall below the low of the prior bar. But this is where it becomes maybe a little subjective, and it's different. There are different definitions for different people. This might be a pause to someone. This might be follow through to someone else because 46 did continue in the direction of the breakout before pausing or pulling back. That's something to pay attention to. But also, what about the second leg? Is the tail on 47 the second leg, or is it a delayed second leg after a complex pullback? A pullback composed of a couple of legs. So bull breakout, complex pullback, 2 or 3 legs, sideways to down, and then a delayed second leg. Is the second leg symmetrical in size to the first one? How does it compare to the R? So the R of this one, we have a 17.25 point R, and then for the second leg we can see it exceeded that. So the size of the second leg compared to the 1R of the first leg is greater than 1R. So the second leg was bigger than the first leg. But there are going to be times where the second leg is smaller than the first leg. Maybe even right here, 31, 32, pause, second leg up. It's just 1 or 2 bars. Looks like it's smaller. And it really all depends on how you do your measurements, how you define second legs and pullbacks and all of this. But this is all, you're going to learn a lot by doing this. So I hope this is helpful to get people started, at least started in the right direction. And I do want to make more videos on how to conduct a level 2 study. But I'm still working on it myself, and it really just takes a lot of work and a lot of thinking and making mistakes and redoing. That's just part of the process, but you do learn a lot through doing it. So I hope that was helpful, and if anybody has any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. There's something I forgot to mention. I'm recording this clip separately, and I hope I can link the videos together. And that is the importance of finding a rhythm that you can work with really anything you do. But again, we're talking about the level 2 study here. And I want to be clear that the level 2 study is a lot of work, and it can be overwhelming if you let it be overwhelming. And what I'm getting at is the importance of planning. And if you can even just dedicate 1 hour a day to doing your level 2 study, you'll find amazing progress, because you need that consistency. Even start with 30 minutes a day, but try to do it daily and try to show up every day, and you'll build that habit and the discipline, the persistence. It's just a direct result of habit. So by showing up every day, you'll really have a big advantage doing it that way. So I don't want everyone to just go out and try to bang out 4 hours of work a day. And just, another point is that the quality of your work is much more important than the quantity, because it's easy to get sidetracked and distracted doing this. So I definitely recommend having a plan for what it is you're looking for. That's why we define the objectives in the spreadsheet, and then stick to your plan. Always remind yourself why you're looking for the information you're looking for. And how can you use it to your advantage? How can you develop a mathematical edge with your level 2 study? Always think about the why. But that's the main point. Just avoid overwhelming yourself, and if you feel burnt out and you need a break, don't feel bad about it. Just take a day, go for a walk in the park, do what you got to do. But that's going to be it. So thanks everybody, and I hope everyone has a good night.